Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Talking. What? Excuse me. Hold on. All kinds of phones ringing. Of Talking Watches. Hey, thank you. Spam warning. And we got Bud on the show. Hello, everybody in the chat, and hello, Bud.
Hey guys. Good evening.
How's it going, brother?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Let me lower my mic so that I can match yours. I'm going to lower mine a lot. Let's see how that works out. If you guys in the chat can tell us if our voices are pretty equal, that'd be great. I think we're kind of equal right now.
Okay, yeah. In a minute, I'm going to switch over to my iPad too, and headphones, so that should be a lot better once I get on there.
So what's going on, man? Did you someone offered you a Tiffany dial OP41 or?
Yes, my out-of-state dealer sent me that picture that I sent you this morning. So,
is that gray or AD, like at MSRP then?
It's AD, yeah. That's the one that Victor and I went to.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice. Right on.
Yeah. So anyway, it's so yeah, like you said, I don't know. It's some people think it's not a guy's color; it's a chick's color. So I don't know.
100%, bro. That is 100% a woman's watch. I feel very strongly about it. That's why I really wanted to point that out to you when I text you.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it.
Because I trust me, I love that Tiffany blue. The way I talk about it, I want to wear the watch myself.
Right.
And that's part of the fantasy of getting it for my wife. It's kind of like, maybe wearing her pantyhose when she's not home, which I don't do, but like Archie does or whatever,
Right.
So, putting down a watch on my wrist in my imagination and seeing that Tiffany blue on my hand. Oh, bro, that screams big mistake.
Yeah. Well, and to answer Nick's question, I really didn't know, Nick. I just, I really didn't know if it was for me or for my wife or what. But my wife's got 3 Rolexes. She doesn't look at them. She prefers her Louis Vuitton strap on her Apple Watch, and so she wears that all the time. And
oh wow, that sounds pretty neat. That'd be something to turn my wife on to. Louis Vuitton strap, but the Apple Watch, she ain't gonna be for an Apple Watch, I don't think she would be.
Right,
but that's pretty neat. I didn't know they had that.
Well, it does actually. They actually make it out of Louis Vuitton straps, I guess, is the deal. So
yeah, I would figure.
It does for a woman. I think it makes it look nice because it's that original Louis Vuitton. Yeah, the original one. It's not the dark blue or anything like that. The woman's Louis Vuitton, in my opinion. But anyway, so she likes that, and she will wear the Rolexes every now and again, but not like me. And she don't really
look.
care.
If I was going to pull the trigger, she only does it because you want to make you happy to wear a Rolex.
Pretty much.
Yeah. If I'm gonna pull the trigger on an OP41, it's hands down the yellow to match the Porsche.
Yes.
And I can see that trigger being pulled any day of the week. I mean, as soon as I get that 911 back from the shops, I have no doubt in my mind I'm going to want to run out and get that damn yellow dial OP41.
Yeah.
You know.
And when I asked her about it, I don't know what made me say that blue. I don't know, you know what I mean? When I talked to her last month about it, I don't know what made me say that blue. And I thought to myself, should I tell her green? And I never did. And I don't know why I didn't,
Yeah.
but anyway, so it is what it is. So
So
she,
I am thinking if they do offer me the blue, then, I'll tell them, look, man, my wife doesn't want the watch, but I'll take a yellow one. I don't want the blue one, but I'll take the yellow one and
right.
see if he can, give me a yellow instead of the blue one he's offering me at the time. I'm not going to talk about it now or ask him now.
Right.
The next time I talk to him, I'll mention it. I'll tell him, switch it to a yellow, man.
Yeah.
Switch it to a yellow. And look, it doesn't make a difference if I buy the watch or not when he offers it to me. It's not like they're gonna have a hard time getting rid of an OP41 in yellow or Tiffany blue, bro.
Yeah, that'll be no problem for them.
Right. So he might thank me and say, oh, thanks, man. I'd rather I have someone else who wanted this watch,
Yeah. Well, and then I did get some news from my local guy too, as well. He definitely said, because he said he was that basically they invited me to that party, and that I am going to get to pick out any of the new watches that I want. One of any of the new watches that I want. He said, even if we don't have one here, he said, we're supposed to have everything here. But he said, even if we don't have it here, you buy it that day, you pay for it, and you get it within a month. So no waiting for a year, no not knowing when it's coming. You get it that day, you pay for it that day, and you're getting it. So he's but he's
Beautiful.
he said we may only see two of them white gold blue dial subs, for the next year. So he said that's how he said I think we'll see the Cermets basically. My words, not his, but he said I think we'll see the Cermets, every month or every other month, something like that. So that basically tells me that the white gold is going to be more, a little bit harder to get.
Right. And so, my guy also told me that the white gold BLRO is hard to get too. I don't know how hard that is to get, but I didn't tell anybody this, but my dealer, I told you, Bud, but I didn't tell anybody in the chat that my AD called me and offered me the white gold GMT BLRO Pepsi, which is what I think he said it's 30. I think he told me it's 37 MSRP. I think he said 37, 38, right?
I think it's 39. The white gold is usually a little bit more.
Okay, so
yeah,
and I didn't want it. I told him that, nah.
yeah, that's a hard watch to get. And hello, all you guys in the chat saying hello, hi.
It's also very expensive,
Yes, it's very expensive. It's definitely tough to get right now. Everything seems like it's high, more higher. So it's kind of hard to judge what things are going to be really priced at. Are they going to keep going up, or are they going to stay? Kind of hard to tell. So like that white BLRO, is it really going to go for 50 like it is right now, or is it going to settle back down? So
Yeah, I don't know. I've had a few people email me since I made the video yesterday, emailing me and saying, man, you're out of your mind if you sell that 1016, especially for what you paid for it. They said you should hold that thing for at least a couple of years. And I don't know, we'll see what happens. And then my wife's telling me not to sell my black sub date. She's over here telling me I'm going to regret selling my first Rolex. So it's like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? Just keep everything?
right, it's very hard to make that decision when you gotta, especially when you got an incoming watch. It's or if you're thinking about buying one,
Look, what's the chances here of like can anyone guarantee me that my Rolexes won't at least go down below what I've paid for them? Will my Hulk go down to 10,000? Will my black sub date go down to 10,000? That's it's about 12 now, right? Or 11.
Right.
Will my Daytona go back to 13 and a half? Will my Batman go back down to 10? These are all the prices I paid for. Will they go to these prices that I paid for them?
No.
Then I suppose, what does it matter if I have that watch or I don't have that watch?
Right.
You see, but then you end up with more watches when you think like that.
Right.
It's craziness, honestly. So, is there any risk in holding the Batman and the Hulk since I bought them at MSRP? Is there any risk? You see, if the answer is no, then why sell them? Just keep buying. Pretend like I don't have them. Is that legitimate? The ones that are way over MSRP, can I just take them out of my mind as though I don't even owe them and my money's not tied up in them? Can I do that?
You can with the Hulk and the Batman.
Okay. And the Daytona?
And the Daytona, yes.
Okay.
The 1016, I'm not sure about.
No, the 1016, probably, who knows? Okay. I would say it's probably always worth 10 grand. The Bluesy could go down, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're on again. You have video too.
Okay, you got me. I was just switching from one to the other. So
the Bluesy can go down.
Yep. Bluesy
the Rolex Explorer's probably just solid. Nothing's going to happen to it. I don't think you'll ever see an Explorer go below 10 grand, bro. I've never seen a Rolex 1016, no matter what, on Chrono 24, anything for sub 10.
Yeah.
Right, a 1016. I've never seen a sub 10. So I guess that would probably go in the category of the Daytona and them too at 10,000. But forget it. Don't count that one.
I just don't know as much about that. You know what I mean? That's a little more vintage, a little more out of my league.
Okay, the President, I get the President. Can that ever go back down?
I don't think so.
To 11? No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
At the worst, it'll go down to 11, right?
Yeah,
at the worst.
Yeah, I mean, all gold is going up. Yep. Yeah.
So the only risky Rolexes I have is the 1016, the Bluesy, and my black sub date, because it's so common. It could go down at 9.
I don't know
8.
the black sub date. I don't think. I think the black sub date's pretty safe.
I'm looking worst case scenario though, man.
Yeah.
Like not even to count as I have them.
Yeah.
Right. So that would be the Daytona. That would be the Daytona, the Batman, and the Hulk.
Right.
Was there another one? The Hulk.
Are you also talking about like the paddock? What about the paddock and them type of? You're keeping them for sure, right?
Try to turn my light on here. Right. So,
I mean that I think that the Blue Dial Pepsi is worth it if you really love it, and I don't think it's ever going to go down in price, but it's also, it takes up other space, so it takes up other money. So,
I mean, the paddock too. I mean, the paddock's so safe at what I paid.
Right.
It's crazy.
I'll tell you what's kind of coming down right now is the Longue. Longue is just, isn't it really? Have you just seen? I mean, even EWC's got a couple of Longues at one was like 21. So Longue seems like it's the watch that's coming down a little bit, if anything. But everything else looks like it's going up to me.
I think chasing time is correct here. The 1016 will always be classic. and it will be sought after. They're
And
not. That's an old watch. I mean, they're not making those. It's just going to get harder and harder to find wearable pieces.
and Sirocco Sales makes a good point here too, as well.
Jeez. It just, okay. So it's like
it's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem to have, I suppose. Don't sell nothing now, don't sell any of these watches. Now I'm not going to sell a damn thing. Come on. I'm crazy. I'm losing my mind.
Right. Well,
okay, let's just hoard and possess that. Let's just hoard and possess and hoard.
Well, that's what you gotta. I mean, I didn't want to. I've traded in, and I wound up getting them back, but it's only really because I feel like they're solid, which is the Red Sea Dweller. I traded them in for other bigger watches, and but then I wound up getting them back. But I feel like they're solid, so I mean, I'm not worried about them. But the Red Sea Dweller and the JC are the two watches that haven't went. They've kind of stayed at the same amount. So I think at worst case, that's what you're looking at with the black sub and the 1016. I don't think the Batman and the Hulk will ever go back down.
That's a beautiful Porsche too that he's got. Yeah. I agree. No, Clam. We can't just stop. We can't just say enough is enough. My watch box is full and be happy with it. Because you know why? Because we keep getting offered in the money pieces. That's the that's half of the problem. Look, do I not want an AP? Of course I want an AP. Fuck. Do I not want one? Of course I want one. Who doesn't want one? Now, if you can get one at MSRP plus tax, and you're pretty safe with that watch in the money that you can get a bail out of it pretty safely, why not get it? It's so hard. It's so hard to just resist.
Here's the thing is they have all figured out, what Rolex was doing, and AP's going to do it, and, the Patek popular models are going to do it. They're just going to keep them. They're going to make the grays buy them. They're going to make people buy 3 or 4, gold watches to get one of them steel watches, and they're just going to keep a very limited supply, and the demand's going to continue to go up.
Yeah.
And it makes everything else go up. I mean, look at the friggin' last month. A day date was the brand new day dates was 28, and now they're 38.41, and the brand new Sky Dwellers was 40, and now them things are 40 or 55.
When I was just drooling over Zenith Daytonas for the longest time, but I kept buying other stuff instead and filling my box, and I kept saying I'll come back to the Zenith Daytona because nobody gives a damn about it.
Right.
And bam, I turn around and it goes up $10,000.
Right. That's the hard part is when you sell something, you turn around, it goes up that much.
I know I never had one. But
I did that with my AP.
Your AP, the gold.
Yep,
the gold chronograph.
20 grand overnight. Yep.
After you sold it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I got my money back out of it, which was good for a $50,000+ watch. I thought that was great, and I wore it and stuff. But yeah, it went the next literally 2 weeks later it was 75. So
wow. Damn.
And go try and find one at 75. You really gotta hunt them down.
Well, you remember why I pushed you to get rid of it, because I said, man, that's a lot of money tied up in a watch, and
right.
You're expecting to buy practically everything they throw at you, and if you're going to be doing that, man,
right.
That's a lot, but then they haven't been calling with a bunch of stuff either, have they?
No, the brick was the latest thing, and I just think everything now is going to be 10 times slower. I think they've figured it out, and I think maybe I'll get one more off of this year. That's hopefully going to be your 15,500, and but yeah, they just haven't and they've got a new white gold chronograph out that I really really like. And I said, hey, if I buy the brick, can I get that? Can I get that white gold chronograph? And he said, we're probably only going to get one of them. So he said, I can't guarantee it to you.
Right.
So and he done that. He said that same thing. He was honest with me when it came to the 15202 when I bought the gold chrono. He said, I can't guarantee it, but I mean, if you're going to buy the gold chrono, obviously you're going to be up there in the running. So, and he came through, but yeah, the AP brick is the only AP right now, other than the offshores, that is losing money. Because it goes for 69, and you can buy them for 59.60. So it's the only one. Any other one right now is over the MSRP.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You know what he's saying to as far as vintage goes, it's only Rolex, isn't it?
It is only Rolex, because even a year ago, the APs that are going for 25 right now is at 18. So
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I mean. It's so hard to think of what the market's going to be. Is it going to continue to be this strong, or is it going to change? Is it going to go back down? Right now, it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah. Well, shit, man. I think everybody's convinced me to keep the damn watch. And this is a good lesson for everybody watching too. If you see a watch that you want that someone is selling, and you're thinking about getting it, get the damn watch. Because I see the buyer can change his mind too.
Yeah.
This guy's going to hit me up in the next few days and say, let's go out for that beer and bring the 1016. I'm not even going to wear it, bro. I'm going to wear my sub. I'm going to wear my sub or something else. I'm not going to get talked into selling it right there on the spot. That's it. I guess I'm taking it off the table. Fuck it.
And look at what everything else, like Jason Time just said there about the Kermit. Everything else has made the Kermit much. The Kermits was all over for 13. Now I'm seeing them for 25. 20. 16 is like the ones that was 12 and 13 without box and papers and stuff. So,
oh yeah, the Kermit,
the old Kermit, the pre-ceramic. I mean, that one's
man. I begged everybody to buy Zenith Daytonas. I told everybody to buy Zenith Daytonas, and then I started telling everybody after those started going up. I said, there's still a sweet spot. There's two-tone Zeniths for 12,000, and I'll be honest, I haven't checked those prices in 3 months, but two-tone Zeniths were $12,000 just even at the beginning of the year.
Right.
There's no way those held at 12. They got to be way more by now. There's no way. I mean. And I even told myself I'm going to regret not getting a two-tone Zenith. It'll be another mistake I make by not picking it up.
I think they're 15, 16 right now, 17, something like that. There's nothing. I mean, it's crazy. The two-tone date justs are being sold for a little bit over what they are MSRP. So on the gray market. So, I mean, you can't even walk in and buy. Like the Wimbledon dial two-tone. You can't walk in and find it. So the gray market, they've got them for 500 or 1,000 over MSRP. So it's amazing. But I don't know. Sirocco said something here. He said it's too difficult to get the new release Rolex, so the market's going to stay the same. I agree with that too.
I don't think you're going to find a box and paper set. Two-tone Zenith. Here's one for 12,350.
No box, no papers.
No box, no papers, but it's pretty beautiful looking. It's pretty good shape. I think condition's more important than box and papers.
Well, I feel like you can do an insurance check, you know what I mean, and send it into Rolex for the insurance paperwork, and that's good, or the service paperwork.
It's got a big chunk in the bezel knocked in it. big chunk in the bezel knocked in it. Yeah, Kenny Nguyen offered me one of these Zeniths, all steel, white dial, for 17.8, and I took the Patek instead.
Yeah.
And my Patek went up 5, and the Daytona went up 10. So if I want to make a move into a Zenith Daytona and only eat $5,000 of appreciation, I guess I could still do it. But I just think, I don't know, that bus came and went. Forget it, you know?
Yeah, and I've looked at the two-tone Daytona, and then I seen a guy wearing a two-tone Daytona, and I just didn't really like the look of it. So I just, I mean, sometimes that's what we do, right? Is we buy watches that are hype watches instead of what we actually like.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm definitely guilty of that.
I think if I had a two-tone Zenith in my box, though, that's something that I would probably not wear, and it would just be something I would pick up and look at and then stick it back in my box. It would be one of those pieces.
And you like doing that, but at the same time, boy, you just like wearing them so much more. So
yeah, like I do enjoy wearing my Omega, which people are, would find that crazy that I'm wearing that Omega.
Right.
But it's too beautiful not to wear.
Yes, it's a. If you want to enjoy it, like some people say, if you just put it in the bank, the only person that's going to thank you for that is the guy that you sell it to down the road.
Right.
So.
Yeah, none of the examples of the two tones I'm looking at. Boy, all the good examples are gone, baby. All the good examples are gone. Actually, this one still has stickers on it, but no box and no papers.
There's a few watches.
This one's unworn. Oh, damn, this one's unworn, but no box and papers, but unworn. That's better than having box and papers.
And how much is it?
And it still has a sticker on it, bro. It still has the back green sticker on it. So when it has the green back sticker on it, on the case back, it's
right.
pre-93 or something. I forgot what year.
No, my 94 had the green sticker, so I think it was around
99,
98, 99, yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think around the turn of the century they started changing that.
Could that really be unworn? There's no way that's unworn.
No, not totally unworn, but maybe somebody wore it, took care of it. And
yeah.
It's not, if you think it's not up on our screen. I don't know if you're.
No, just.
Oh, okay. You're scrolling through.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another watch that's totally disappeared is the yellow gold GMT with the green dial. I mean, they was all over the place last year, and they're totally gone.
Yellow gold GMT with
green
the green
dial.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're totally gone. If you do find them, they're 15 years old. I mean, you can find no new people who's got them now are hanging on to them. So I found a couple, but they've got very old.
I don't Yeah, James says if you sell something, make sure it's for something that won't lose value. You get tired of something, you can sell it. Yeah, that's basically what I do. I only try to buy things that won't go down.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it.
Cartel thinks the Hulk will settle at 17.5.
I mean, if you go out buying, like a Ulysses Narden Freak or stuff like that, you're just looking to lose money. So it's That's just my opinion. There was another watch too that I was looking at earlier that seemed to be going down pretty good in value.
What's that? Which one?
There was another one. I was thinking of some other one that was going down in value. It was odd. I guess maybe that was the Longa. But
Longa. Well, they took a pretty good dive in March, and then they came up about, I think, 10%.
Like the Longa one, you can get in the low 20s right now.
Yeah, you know who sent me an email? A couple of emails was Watchbox. Did you get that one from the Lenge Watchbox email? You guys get that?
I
was
did,
surprised.
yes. And if you look, that's where I seen a bunch of them. There was in the 20s because they sent an email saying,
Yeah.
look at what we got, So, and there was a bunch of watches on there that was definitely less than what there was before,
Yeah. Yeah, with the Elenga and Sun, it's okay. I think we all know with that brand, we all personally have a watch that we like from there and that we would want. And I think each of us watching, there's only one Lenge we would want for the most part. There's just one that we want, and we all probably kind of want a different one. Like you want a Zeitwerk, I want a Datograph. Someone else might want a Lenge one. I think everybody kind of has their own special Lenge that they want.
Right. That's true.
But only one.
Yep, that's true.
So I don't think anybody can go wrong pulling the trigger on that one that they want. Just don't start at 2 and 3 of them,
James Kahn, no updates on the Diamond Dial Daytona. Detroit Spartan sent me a personal message saying his dealer had a platinum watch, but it was the regular dial. So, and I can get the regular dial here. So, no update yet. Really, right now, I'm focusing on what's going to happen here in the middle of the month on which watch I'm going to get from the new lineup. So I've been mostly just concentrating on that.
Right. And I'm just concentrating on waiting on that Royal Oak.
Right. And so that's the thing too, is I've promised Rich and I've promised to another really good friend of mine that the next, if I get something, Rich is going to get it. And there's another one that I promised a friend that if I get that, I'm going to give that to them as well. So,
oh, right.
Yeah. So that's kind of part of my, do I take up my turn, in the middle of October with the blue white sub and get the other watch for my friend, which is a lot less expensive watch. But I don't see how I can pass up the blue sub if it's sitting there.
Yeah, that blue sub is very pricey. I don't know if they have people just sitting around waiting for that. I kind of wonder if they'd give you both of those 2020 watches. No? Did they tell you they wouldn't do that?
They didn't tell me that they wouldn't, but I have a feeling that everything is so. So what these guys told me is that Rolex handpicked 30 people from this store. Now this could be blowing smoke, but they told me that Rolex handpicked people 30 customers from our store, and that I was one of them because I have bought Breitling and because I have bought Tudor, and I bought other watches besides Rolex.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, that's what they told me. So I'm hoping that they like me. They want to keep giving me options,
Yeah.
So we'll see.
That's good.
See what happens. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And AP, I think if I buy the brick, I think possibly definitely a 15,500 would be pretty easy to get by the end of the year.
Holy smokes, man! You really want a brick?
Well, I mean, some things that got to line up, and some things that I can actually trade a couple of the newer watches that I got with them with that same company. Like the JC and the Sea Dweller, and I
Yeah.
can get the price down quite a bit on that. But I got to see what happens mid October here, so that's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah. Beautiful, man.
So, but when I make a promise to somebody, I try and make it happen, try and keep it. So, and I know buying the brick gets you a long ways with them guys. So it's I think it's their most expensive, like Royal Oak offshore. No, I
That's
know
what
it is.
you want to get off Eric or somebody.
No, because if I'm gonna get the if I'm gonna spend that kind of money, I want to get the prestige from the boutique. I want the boutique to be happy with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
They've done you. They've
yeah,
done you
they've done me solid, and I can't help but think they're gonna do me
right.
solid in the future.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
so
Yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah,
had that
James
paddock.
Conn.
You had that paddock in your hand for a day, man.
Right, exactly. So that kind of
Jeez.
stuff that kind of stuff makes it worth it.
Yeah.
So far, I if I had to go over my whole situation, I got to be up a little bit, as far as all that stuff goes. I know I'm up.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, another cool watch that was on the watch box was that platinum Saxonia for 18.9. That was another one that I was thinking about. That was a good deal. Remember me and you and I looked at that. Remember?
Yeah.
It's the one with the real round. I think it was 38 millimeter, but it would look bigger.
Oh, yeah. And that's so they have that on European Watch Company too. That same watch.
Yes, they
That's
got the
called
same one on
Saxonia
Europe. Yep, the
with the
Saxonia.
blue tile. That's absolutely gorgeous.
Yep, yep.
Uh,
That's a deal for anybody who wants a Longue right now.
let me see how much does Euro have that one for? Oh man, look at how much does Watchbox have it for?
18.9.
Well, look at European Watch what they got it for, and it's just service too. 15.5.
Well, that one's a 30. That one's a
36.
36. Yeah, so I think the 38 is probably the one that he's
Oh,
talking
okay.
about.
Okay.
But still, 36. We was also talking about how this watch was going to look bigger because of how rounded it, just because of how much it comes out.
I
So
mean, I wear 36 Explorers, so I mean, this
right,
isn't too
right.
small for me.
Yeah, I don't think that's too small for anybody. And
I
I
think.
told you, I was in the AD 2 days ago, and I couldn't tell the day dates that were 36 from the day dates that were 40. To be honest with you guys, they was like a foot apart, and it took me a minute to really tell which one was which. So, I mean, it's not like you couldn't buy one of them watches and it's going to make a huge difference what size, that size.
Yeah, I think for the price, yeah. It might be tough to get rid of though. When if you ever this would be a watch you need to be sure once you get it the size is okay. If not, send it back. But um, know that it might be tough to get rid of because it's a 36, right?
Right. Yeah. Decon, you're kind of comparing me to Don Haynes there, so I don't know how to take that. But that was funny. I laughed.
Look at that. There's my sub date 2020 card unworn 15,500. Wow.
Brand new.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. 15,500.
And I showed you another Batman with a new card, right? Did you see the one that I sent you the
Yeah,
other day? So
yeah.
that's the third Batman. That's the third old edition Batman with the
With
new
a new
card that
card.
I've seen.
And it's like, I mean, why buy this 2020 unworn? I just don't get it. I mean, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to put it away? Are you think it's going to go to 20,000? Because as soon as you put it on your wrist, the value is going to drop to the same value as mine. Why wouldn't
Right.
it? $11,000, man. Why wouldn't they just go down to what makes this one better than mine? I just don't get it. It's so crazy.
Well, there's certain watches that I can see, like if I cut, like I got a on my Aquanaut the other day, I got a price on it, and that's because my straps are uncut. You know, it's on the bracelet, and I said, "What
Mhm.
if I cut my straps?" And he said, "Oh, if you do that, you know, we're talking a couple of grand."
On which
So
watch?
on the Aquanaut.
Okay.
So I can. There's a reason for that because if you cut it too short, somebody can't fit into it. You know what I mean? So I can
Right.
understand that. But like you're saying with yours, yeah. Why is that any different than yours? Because
Yeah.
people, I think it's mostly because people want the new everything. You know.
Well, I guess you're paid a $4,000 premium over mine to get an 8-year newer watch.
Right. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of premium, man. That's
I
50%
think
premium.
I think
40.
there's almost I think there's almost as many people out there who want to buy a brand spanking new watch as people who want the discount
Yeah.
for the little bit used watch.
Right.
Because I've seen some guys don't think nothing of buying a 10-year-old watch, and I've seen other guys talk to other guys, and they want the new watch. They want a brand new one.
Yeah. Look, there's a 2018 Submariner, no date, 12,000.
Yeah, yeah. The no dates are up as much as because that's a what $7,900 watch. Did we say?
8,600, 8,700.
Is it
And
okay?
these were going for about 9,500 at the beginning of the year.
Right. Yeah,
9,500.
they was like $1,000 over. Yeah, at the end of the
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
Now they're up 2,500, just like, because I was trying to sell. I offered everybody my sub date for 9,500,
Right.
and I was considering selling my sub date for 9,500 and then buying one of these for a 9, just because I wanted a sub, not a date on it. I remember when I was talking about doing that.
Well, and I also another person on WhatsApp that's seen your thing, not the same person you're talking about, but he
Yeah.
asked me for your email when I told him that you was thinking about the sub. So the sub shouldn't be too hard to sell if you want to. So that's three people right now that's interested in it. So
What to do?
right.
Man, I mean, do I move? Do I sell a couple of Rolexes to get into the FP Journe, or I just keep the Rolexes and get into FP Journe? I mean, it's so crazy.
Well, let me ask you this. Right now, FP Journe's a few months away. If you was able to sell three watches and you had 30 grand on you right now, what would you do? Would you just put it away for the FP Journe or would you make a move with it?
No, I would just put it away.
Yeah. Okay.
Put it away and wait until I spend. Put it away. Wait for the AP. Wait for the Journe. Go get my hip shot up, and
Right.
and call it a day. Yeah, I don't think I would spend the money. What would I
Oh
buy?
my God. I'm sure I'd find something.
Shit. I can't see the
That's
price on
what.
that. What is that? 40, 49? 49. Wow. 49.9. Wow.
That's the. Okay, yours doesn't have the date, right?
Correct. It's the same exact watch that I'm getting, but it's got an added date function only.
What do you think that date is worth?
Well, they're obvious. Man, I'm paying 14,000 less than this. Shit.
So say that's worth 5,000. Yours would have to be. You know what I mean? Say that option's worth 5 grand.
Yeah, I mean, they charge well for their options. They don't overcharge. I like what they charge for their options.
But I mean, on the secondhand market, you know what I mean? If somebody,
Yeah.
but I could see somebody not wanting the date as much as they want the date. Some people think that the date, takes away the symmetry to it. So I don't.
Well, it does a lot of things. Remember once you put the date on, the power reserve's gone over the 3, over
Right,
the crown. So
right.
the whole thing about this watch was that the power reserve is over the crown, and yeah, for me anyway. Yeah. I'm
And the
glad I picked
12s.
this watch up. I've looked at this watch up and down with all you guys, and I'm very happy with the original choice. There's a date just 41, unworn with a 2020 card, 12.5.
Yeah, see, that's way more. I mean, I seen a white dial one of them for, I think they're 70 some hundred in the dealer.
16.8 for a Batman, old school. Vacheron. I just skip over Vacheron because I just don't. I'll never spend $25,000 on a Vacheron. So the only thing that interests me from Vacheron is their simple time watches. I'm in love with their patrimonies and traditional watches. I'm in love with those.
Yeah.
So I could see that one day. Complete the Holy Trinity. There's the higher prices on these GMT2s.
Yep, that's another watch that I sold that went up a couple thousand as soon as I sold it.
Which is very odd because it's a two-tone watch.
Yep.
So,
I think the rose gold two tones make them a little bit more attractive. Although there's a Yachtmaster two tone rose gold that still ain't going nowhere. So
that's a great Vacheron for $9,900. 36.
yeah, those are. He's 73. Hey, Clam. I think I said hi to all you guys earlier, but underachieving watch collector. I always worry about the big economic downturn of the next year. That's actually why I sold my hey Caliber 3135. That's why I sold my gold AP chrono because of that worry, but it hasn't hit yet.
This is a 36. I wonder how this one wears. Very pretty watch, man.
What size is that?
36.
36.
Yeah.
It's thick too, so that'd wear pretty big. Not too thick, but
You know, $9,900. Not bad. Complete the Trinity, man.
right.
You know, these homage watches that Lenge does, they
Mm-hmm.
charge a considerable amount for them. And I don't understand what they're homaging. I don't know because I don't know the history of the brand.
Right.
Homage to Walter Lang, jumping seconds,
But that's the one where the seconds just floats, right? It just butterflies all around.
No, this one will. I think jumping seconds is like deadbeat, isn't it? Deadbeat seconds, jumping seconds.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought the jumping meant that it flutters around like a butterfly.
Oh, the
Those are cool.
Faudriant.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Lenge calls them jumping seconds. That could be possible. Yeah, because jumping seconds typically means, there's a digital readout, and
Right.
it's flipping through them like the Zeitwerk, or, huh? Yeah, I don't know. It says with unique jumping sweep seconds.
JLC's got one of them that I think's just neat as can be, and you can buy that pretty reasonable too. That AP is just crazy. That Yoshida Onyx diamond dial.
That's for that. That's for that guy, man. The special AP buyer.
That billionaire that.
When I was watching a Watchbox stream a couple of weeks ago, there was a guy in the chat who said he just picked one of these up.
Really? I think that would be cool, and it almost looks like they're using similar diamonds to the Rolex, you know.
Yeah, that black onyx is just so deep and dark, I guess.
What size is that? That's 39, right?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Ultra thin. Only 70 pieces made.
That's unworn with original box and warranty from 2002. So that's a brand spanking new watch. I didn't even know that was. I've never even seen that on their website.
Yeah, because it says that it's only offered. All 70 pieces were offered through Yoshida in Tokyo, Japan.
Oh, I see.
All
Okay.
platinum.
Better be platinum.
Jumbo extra thin. So this is like your watch.
Yep.
39. So this is just like your watch, huh?
Yep. 15202, except for the
Platinum.
15206.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I wonder what MSRP on this is.
I'm gonna say like 125, something like that.
Wow, wow, wow.
Of course, with the diamonds, I don't know. Some people think their diamonds are worth more.
Look how large that crown is. Is
Yeah,
yours that big on yours?
yeah. It's almost identical. It's just the diamonds
Mm-hmm.
and the platinum, of course. But that almost just to me, I thought that was a little bit older because it just doesn't really have as much shine. But then they make a titanium platinum version that has a very shiny bezel, the one that I showed you the other night. That's at 40. So it just depends on how they polish the Royal Oak.
Yeah. Oh, I see James sent me the link to the Watchbox one that you guys were talking about. Yeah. Oh, I see that one now, the platinum one. Yeah, that's a large date. I like that. That's a great watch, that Lange. How much do they want for that? 18.9. Saxomatic. That's the one you want me to pull up, James? This one here, James? This one you're thinking about buying it? I mean, it's that's top, man. That's top. What can you say bad about this? Nothing.
No, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I love the date. I love the date windows. It's amazing.
If you are at the position of getting a dress watch and you like Lang, which I almost like Lang over Patek. It's I think Lang's got more of an edge to it. So yeah, I mean, if you was at that brink, if I was in that same area as you are, Rich, I would probably get something like that.
And I tell you, it appears to have a pusher at 10 o'clock to advance the date.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah, it's a nice, easy date.
Yeah, that's one of the things people don't like about the Rolex is having to scroll through the dates to set the date all the time, and that's what makes Rolex owners end up not liking dates, and we end up wanting non-date watches. And this is something that remedies that problem. It's a quick fix
Yep.
to that frustration.
Yeah, well, the GMT, like the Rolex GMT, doesn't have a quick date. You know what I mean? So,
No, that one's the biggest pain in the butt to. That's
yeah,
the biggest pain in the butt.
it's like going back in time to have to. I mean, it does click through quicker, but I mean, you still got to go through all 12 hours to get into it. Yeah, so it's a pain to get it to. So the nice easy push button is easy. Yeah, they are. There's the big brands. Except for Pan on the right.
Well, let's see what they're selling. You know, this is what I don't. So, do they sell FP Journe at MSRP? Because aren't they a dealer or what? What? No, they don't. Look at they got the Chronometra Blue for 60,000.
Yeah, no, nobody's gonna sell that for MSRP.
60,000. Huh?
Ahmad, I like the 5396 all day. Nick said the Nomos, he can set the direction either way, so that's a good thing about Nomos.
Wow, look at that one.
Wow.
Holy smokes. Get the heck out of here. That is amazing.
What is that?
Wow.
Where is that at? Watchbox?
That is nuts.
That's got to be $100,000.
Wow, that's beautiful. Exactly the way it is, huh?
I love that. See, now that's a FP Journe I could wear right there. That's.
Oh my goodness gracious! Look at that. Oh my God.
Wow. That's what you got to get into. You said that you after the you need to ask them about that.
Bro, look in the center, that's a perpetual calendar.
Oh.
Oh my God. Bro, there is no Patek annual count. There's no Patek perpetual calendar that even compares remotely in even the same universe as this watch. This pisses all over a 5035, a 5146, all of those. Every single freaking one of them.
Yeah, everybody's drooling in the chat. That's I've never seen that watch before.
This dumps on any Patek you can show me. Damn, there's no Patek better than that. Not even the John Mayer watch. That watch sucks compared to this. This is it. Look at that. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, Deacon, I'm starting to come around to dress watches and things like this.
That's nuts.
Really, bring me around. But I've just.
Oh, Jesus.
That thing's amazing.
Wow. There's a one watched and done right there. Oh my God, look at that dial. Imagine if that had the non-reflective coating on that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was going to say it is matte, so it should be less reflective anyway.
He should put non-reflective like on the Havana to show off the dial. To show off this dial, it should be non-reflective, Goodness gracious, that's just beautiful.
That is quite the watch right there, and that's just got one crown. Looks like it would need multiple crowns to.
I think he's telling you that you said everything from the crown. That's what he's trying to explain right now, huh?
That's probably what he's saying. Yeah.
Wow.
How much is this thing?
I don't know if he's selling it. I think this was a FP Journe Quantium Perpetual Boutique Exclusive Review. Well, there you go. So this is one of them. That's a black dial.
I knew that was a blue. That's black?
I think that the boutique editions are black dials. Look, it's black. It is black.
It looks blue.
I mean,
yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is, yeah.
It's black. It's that matte black, like the matte Havana.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, bro. Wow. Oh, look at that. Look at him changing the thing. Oh, there's a little pusher in the back. Did you see that?
Yeah.
There's a little pusher in the back.
Yeah.
Behind the lug.
He's using something back there. I still don't see it, but I seen him pushing it, yeah.
Goodness gracious. That's some finishing too. Yeah, I'd like to know how many watches do I need to sell to get this?
Does it say call for?
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. All right. Let me stop the video here. That's just nuts. We'll have to. I mean, it's going to be as much as they can be. I know for sure that's easily at least 80 for sure. I can't imagine it would be less than 80. Those boutique watches are expensive. I think we lost you, bud. Yeah.
No, I'm here. Yeah, I'm reading. I'm looking here. I was actually looking. Everybody's kind of giving their caliber 3135 should give him a 5531 over this, and everybody's kind of.
What's a 5531?
That's what I was about to look up, and then
that's not that travel time, is it? No, that's a 5524.
And then Ahmad was at like a 5296. Everybody.
Hey, Mr. C, Caliber, Decon, Underachieving Watch Collector, Nick, Clam, James. What's up, everybody? 73 Math.
So the ripen up more, but I'm going to need more avocado.
I'm looking up you guys' the 5296 Calatrava, yeah.
Oh, what is it?
I was just looking up the 5296 that Ahmad was talking about, and now I'm looking up
5531.
Yeah, and then Caliber was talking about the 5531, yeah. So, see what that looks like.
Oh, that's a
world. Oh yeah, that's a world timer. That's a nice watch. Yeah, I guess that would price wise probably be somewhere in the range of that Jorn.
It could be.
Yeah,
I'm on the Patek website. It says price on request. So
now they had a couple of these world times at Patek the other day. They're not hard to find, right?
Oh, actually, this is a minute repeater. That would cost a lot more than the FP Jorn. This is probably a $200,000 Patek. But
this without the minute repeater and stuff, and without the painting, the regular world time, those are pretty easy to find at Patek, right?
Yeah.
They had a couple of them the other day. We just glanced. That's the guy that had bought the coral dial I was telling you about.
Okay.
He was over there. He was over at the Patek with the manager, and he was a younger guy, and she was all over him, and you could tell she had just gotten him this coral dial, and they was looking at buying him a Patek too.
That must be that's the nicest FP Jorn I've ever seen.
He said that 5531's over $500,000. So yeah, that's.
Yeah.
But as far as the FP Jorns go, that's the best. That's the nicest one that I've seen for sure. But FP Jorn gets up there in money pretty quick too. You know, they're not no slouches. Yeah. Their Elegante, I think, is going to be one of them watches that go up real fast, and it's already 3 times the price.
And you know what's great about what holds their value is that everybody knows they don't play games with waiting lists.
Right.
They actually have numbered. You're actually a number on a list waiting to get it, and people know there's some substance to that. So there's actual value in that.
Yeah.
You know, it isn't like you can just go undercut somebody and go get a Chronometra Blue. So
right.
There's some value in having to wait your turn that puts value in the watch.
Well, and there's no package deals either. You can't get an Elegante because you're waiting on a Havana. So I feel like I kind of missed the boat on the Elegante because I actually seen one of them like 6 months ago and I liked it, and it was like 8,000 at the time.
Wow,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yep. Now it's 28, 30.
I totally wouldn't mind buying one of those. I saw that when those sort of came out. I didn't know they were that cheap.
Well, and I don't think a lot of people knew that they was what do you call it either.
12 grand, man. I thought they were 19, 20 at least. 21, you know.
Well, they're quartz. Nobody knew they was quartz either, you know. So that's what brought the price way down. But they got that neat thing where it goes to sleep and then wakes back up. I like that.
Yeah.
So to me, that's the fun part about it.
The boat update, you know, Clam, I met the canvas guy, and the canvas guy is gonna repair the canvas on my ski boat, the canvas covers, and repair all the snaps on the boat for those covers for about $350. And then I'm gonna buy a new bimini top for $400 and install that myself. And then the boat is gonna be pretty clean. And then they have the upholstery piece I took off. The Porsche guy is gonna reupholster the piece for the boat. The back piece that's all burnt for $150.
Yeah.
And then the boat's gonna be in tip-top shape. I'm not sure if I'm gonna just hang out with the boat for the rest of the year through and then dump it towards next summer and make the switch. But I put I'm on hold for a 35 foot slip. So I can't do anything until they call me with a slip. When they call me for a slip, then I can make a decision. But yeah, I might sell it. I might just sell it outright. So we'll see. I just got to pay a $600 penalty to close my slip. Kind of sucks.
I was talking to a guy the other day, and he was telling me that if you have a boat or an RV, then you're used to wasting money. So, not wasting money, but he said, it's just part of the maintenance of the lifestyle. So,
you know what? I mean, it depends on what you own, because my boat, I mean, there's been I've never done a repair.
Right.
The only repair I've done is I've replaced a water pump. I've replaced the throttle positioning sensor, and a water pump. And I changed the hoses, and I've done oil changes. I haven't done any repairs really.
Yeah.
So that boat's cost me nothing. What it costs is the $350 a month to park it and have it cleaned, the bottom of the hull scrubbed by a diver. So $350 a month. That's significant. I know that's not cheap.
Yeah, but it's not super expensive either. He also he has both. This guy does, and he told me that the RV, when it breaks down, is like 10,000. He said it's not.
Jeez. Really?
Yeah. He said the generator broke, and there's like 8 generators in this thing, and they cost like $4,500 to fix them. And so he said it's never hundreds; it's always thousands. But he said it's the best investment I ever made because we travel a lot. So.
Yeah. Well, and another thing it depends on too, like let's say you had a boat that because you're in Colorado and you're going to be on freshwater lake and river, bro, that you buy a boat, it will never have a freaking repair ever to be done on it. That boat will look like the day you bought it 30 years freaking later, bro, because it's in fresh water. And you're gonna put it in, and then when you take it out, you're gonna cover it and put it somewhere. It's not gonna be exposed to the elements. My boat's sitting in salt water 24 hours a day, exposed to the sun and the salt water and the saltwater air. And that's where Sirocco and I have to, especially the bigger the boat, the more damage the salt water will do to the damn thing.
Right.
And the things in big boats, too, in big boats, you know, my boat's got a car engine in it, so there's no cost. But in a big boat, you have marine engines and marine expenses.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Sirocco sales, any Rolex should do the trick. That's every man should have a Rolex. I agree with that 100%. I think Archie is, he's missed his boat by. Actually, did you see his show today? There, I caught a little bit
Yeah.
of it, and he was going through like his past collections, and there was one there where Blue Shirt brought up the he had like 3 Rolexes left, and he had like 1 Patek, and he had the Zenith. Yeah, that was probably his best collection all the way around, and he just went too far. Too far.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, but he had a really nice collection there at one time, and I do think that the 6 Pateks look good in the watch box together there, but they're all basically the same purpose.
But am I right though, Sirocco? If Bud, getting a boat first, like I said in Colorado, man, that's a great investment, and you don't have to get something too big. You can get something for doesn't have to be brand new. You never get a boat brand new. Actually, I mean, they're just too expensive brand new.
Well, we went the jet ski route, and we done that for a couple of summers.
Okay.
And so it's a lifestyle. It's definitely, you gotta, everybody's got to get up, be ready to go that weekend. Gas up, all that deal, and
you get a little ski boat for 20 grand. You tow that with the jet skis.
Yeah.
When you're out there floating around in the lake, you could anchor the boat, and you hang out on the boat, and the jet skis can come up and tie to the boat, and that's your platform's your boat, and you can take breaks. You have lunch on the boat. You drink beers on the boat. You go. And that's your main. That's your hub.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, you lose a lot of money, Sirocco. But it's if you're into it, and if that's your thing, it's that's why so many people compare the Rolexes to the boats and the cars, because you don't mind losing it on a boat, you don't mind losing it on a car, but on your watch, you think
the car. That's where I lost all my.
Yeah, cars cost. Yeah, they're a hit. But
they're a hit. I ain't never getting out of the damn car though.
Right. So wouldn't have it any other way. So Sirocco says.
It's getting a little noisy over here. Maybe we should call it a.
Sounds good. Well, thank you for having me on.
Thanks for coming on, man. It was fun.
Show and all you guys, nice. Thanks for coming on and talking with us and chatting with us, and
we'll do it again next week.
All right. Talk to you later, guys.
All right, partner.
All right.
Have a good rest of the weekend, everybody.
You too. Bye.
All right, later.